Hi, and welcome back to Stop the Clock with Brad. This is where we do everything we can to live a great, long, healthy life. Increase our health span to equal our lifespan. This week we're going to talk about the carnivore diet again, something that's near and dear to my heart. It's how I lost, 40 pounds, healed my joints, got into the best shape of my life at 50 years old, did a strongman contest, and just, full of energy all the time. So I don't want to stop talking about this. But this week we're going to talk about how you can do the carnivore diet maybe easier in other countries besides America, primarily the one I'm in right now, Turkey. When we think about Turks, we think about a lot of things, primarily bread and cheese. Not necessarily the meat until we get to the kebabs. The kebabs are made out of mostly lamb, which here in Turkey, lamb is going to take away what we eat for pork in America. There's no pigs here, there's lamb. But then in America, it's hard to find lamb. There's pork everywhere, so it's kind of flipped. But there is beef here, just like in America. Not as many cows, but cows nonetheless. But what you see a lot in Turkey here that you don't see in America is organ meat, and lots of it. Not just in the grocery stores or at the butchers, but on the streets. So let's start with this, kokoreç. Kokoreç is found everywhere on the street. The metro station I take near my house, and I come off there late at night if I'm doing something, there's a guy from Sivas cooking kokoreç. There's 2 kokoreç restaurants within 2 blocks of where I'm staying right now. And kokoreç is lamb intestines wrapped around the heart, the lung, the kidney, something like that, what we call sweetbread. So it's all organ meat, nothing but organ meat with spices, grilled slowly, and it's usually made into sandwiches. I just get the meat on a plate. But yeah, kokoreç, it's on the streets. It's known as a hangover cure. It's very plentiful here in Turkey, where you see a kokoreç cart here. In America, we might see a hot dog cart, which is a very processed and unhealthy meat. Another thing that you see here, we don't see in America, is a kebab restaurant, but one like this, a ciğerci. A ciğerci is a liver kebab restaurant. I've been to these, and it's literal beef, lamb, liver on a skewer, just like you get any other beef. Now, they have all kinds of kebabs there, but you can get all the health benefits and the delicious taste of liver kebabs at a restaurant. They're in almost every town you see. I've never seen one in America. Another thing that's on the street is in the wintertime here is something called iskembi çorbası. This is the stomach lining of a cow. This has lots of great things in it, B12, selenium, zinc. Selenium's been known for cancer fighting. Zinc is great for your men's health. And it's a great tasting soup. It's not very chewy, but it tastes so good. And yeah, it's for sale in the wintertime. It really warms you up. It's that, kind of like what any kind of soup would. But this is a super healthy organ soup, which again is sold everywhere. And it's kind of something I think you have to make at home in America, something we don't see a whole lot of. And then another difference I see here is just every neighborhood has its own local butcher shop. That's called a kasap here, but every neighborhood has one. If I go this way on my street, this way on my street, this way, I can get to 5 different ones. And as you see here, they just keep the meat out. It's not prepackaged meat. It's just meat they've gotten from local farms. And you see here, I asked for ground beef. I literally get to see the piece of meat that's being ground into the ground beef. We know the controversies in America we've had with E. coli, not knowing what part of the cow our ground beef comes from. That's a big concern for a lot of us. So it's great to see here, my ground beef is coming from this cut of the animal. And that's at your local shop. But now here we are at Carnivore. This is a huge French grocery store chain that's very popular in Europe and popular here in Turkey. Same thing, same thing. they're taking the cut of meat you point to and they're grinding it into the ground beef. So here you have all of the packaged and ready to go meat. But when you get down here, this big supermarket is actually like a butcher shop. Everything's packaged loose and fresh. Then they grind it for you, and they even have dried, aged beef. So as you see there, this is a huge grocery store chain, and they've got beef heart and beef liver, and they've got calf liver all on display just right there in the grocery store for anyone to buy. So here we have in the freezer beef heart and beef liver just waiting for us. I don't see that at home. Where I shop, the two grocery stores, I have a Publix and it's a local one called a Food City. Food City doesn't carry beef heart. Publix carries it but keeps it in the back because it's not popular enough. I'm the only human that buys it from them. The other person that buys the beef heart feeds it to his dog. So this guy takes better care of his dog than a lot of people take care of themselves. But this is what I wanted to point out in this video, is that we think we might have the market cornered on a niche diet like the carnivore diet. But you can come here and actually probably thrive better because all these organs and these types of societies in Europe are way easier to find because it's something they've been doing for generations. And unlike in America, where we've lost that to a more processed food type of society we're in, they've got the fast food here, but they haven't lost that connection to their past with these, what they call comfort food, that are made from organs. So yeah, if you get the chance to come visit one of these countries, try these things out. They may sound a little odd to you at first, but they're not just delicious, they make you feel great. So I hope you enjoyed the video. We have a Facebook group for Stop the Clock. If you're interested in this kind of stuff, hop on Facebook, look up Stop the Clock, and ask to join. If you like the video, hit that like button. And if you're enjoying all this content, please subscribe. Thanks a lot, and remember, together, we can stop that clock.